Nah. Hello, welcome to Ring Takes. Of course, I'm always joined by Lewis and Brian. We're on the road to WrestleMania Stop 3, only a couple weeks away from WrestleMania 39. Rearing down this road, continuing to have developing storylines, heading into WrestleMania 39, of course, week to week. On this one, we get some matches that are announced. We get some matches that are about to be announced. We get a standoff. We get a little bit of a mean streak. We get some confrontations and stuff like that. Then we're going to jump into it with Finn Balor and Edge apparently going to meet in Hell in a Cell. Edge came out basically challenging Finn Balor to a Hell in a Cell match, which was awesome because it's like that's a big time match. And it's like Hell in a Cell with Edge and Balor. There's also going to be a lot of storytelling in that. But apparently we're going to see the demon at some point because Finn Balor said, "Hey, I've been to hell before and they spit me out. They spit me out because of my demons." We're going to get the demon at WrestleMania, maybe a purple version of the demon. What do you guys think about that? We're getting it. We're getting the demon emoji. We're getting the demon emoji, man.
Okay. So, all right. So before I get into this, I was at Raw this past Monday.
Yes.
Nice.
It was a very good show, and I was telling Daniel before we came on the air, going live is really so much better than watching it on TV. Because sometimes when you're watching certain matches on TV, you seem to tune out because you don't think it's that important. But when you're going live, like everything is just interesting. The way you see the cameramen. You see how the wrestlers position themselves in front of the hard camera. I mean, you see all of the action, and even if it's a squash match, you're still interested. Like the Bronson Reed match was actually interesting to watch. I know it probably came off like on television as if it probably wasn't much, but watching it actually live, actually seeing how athletic he is for a big guy is like. It's very seeing
it on TV is not going to do it justice, right? Like, that's not going to do it justice, especially like seeing guys like Bronson Reed and Elias or any guys that are huge. Especially we'll get into the Lesnar Omos, like just seeing them in person, like all that stuff is just going to be impressive in person. All that stuff. All right. The only question I have about that is there a lot of waiting in between matches and stuff like that?
So in between matches, when superstars they come out and they go to commercial. So so whoever that superstar is, they're literally just in the ring. They put the lights down, and then they put something up on the Titantron. They put up a lot of like Stone Cold Steve Austin Broken Skull session highlight videos.
Oh, okay.
At one point in time, they did like a crowd cam, and they put DX's music on. And it was like a DX cross chop cam. And they also did the same thing they did the same thing. They put the Rock's music on, and they did a people's eyebrow cam to see if get fans.
It's like a Celtics game.
New.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a Celtics game.
So pretty much, So when that in commercial, the lights are pretty much down. The superstars in the ring either talking to the ref or if it's a heel, yelling at the fans or whatnot. But they're pretty much just in the middle of the ring until they come back from commercial, and then they put the lights back on.
Okay. So, little pull behind the curtain. Because I was wondering, because I always heard people say that you're waiting a lot in between.
Yeah, definitely
stuff happening. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then you got all the equipment people like either putting out stuff for the pyro or changing the skirt on the ring and such. So so a lot to notice when you're going live. But to get into Finn Balor and Edge, first I want to say where I was sitting when Edge came out, all the pyro that went off tonight, they all blew up my goddamn ears. where I was sitting, like I was literally sitting in like the lounge section. I had like a clear view of the ring, but I was probably maybe 3 or 4 feet away from the pyro. So anytime somebody came out, like that shit made me jump.
Let me just take my notes. Do not sit near entrance. Do not sit near.
Other than that, my view was good. When the matches were going, everything was fine.
Yeah.
But to get into this, so when Edge came out, the crowd absolutely loved Edge. And as he was getting into his promo, they like where I was sitting. They knew eventually it was going to get to either the Hell in a Cell or a steel cage because realistically, this feud has been going on long enough and it's been personal enough for it to end this way. And then when Finn Balor and the Judgment Day came out, and then Edge said Hell in a Cell. And then as soon as Finn Balor said the word demon in this promo, the whole crowd just popped. So they know. So they know it's coming. Yeah. Finally, I'm really interested to see what type of demon face paint he's gonna have with the being associated with the Judgment Day. Mm-hmm. But this feud has been going on long enough. It needs to conclude, and this is probably the best way they can conclude it. And we've seen Edge in Hell in a Cell matches before, matches against Undertaker and such. So Seth Rollins. So he knows how to work in the Hell in a Cell. So this is something to look forward to at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like how they've changed the whole Hell in a Cell. Like it's not going to be the pay-per-view now. Now it's like just for like special events. So I think it definitely makes it more entertaining and more special for WrestleMania. I think it definitely should be the end of this feud because I'm tired of these same matches over and over and over. Mm-hmm. I get it. As long as I don't know. Maybe that's I don't know. Leading into WrestleMania, I feel like there's just a lot of stories that I feel like should have been wrapped up by now. Dominic Ray, this Edge, Balor, but I digress. Hey, Triple H is all about long storytelling, and I guess it all has to conclude at WrestleMania. So I'm with it. I'm a huge Edge fan, especially now that he's back. He's in great shape. Finn dropping the Demon Bomb. I've been waiting for Demon Balor to come back. And his like you said, the face paint, he always did such sick shit with it every time he brought it out.
Like it goes down to his chest and shit like that.
Yeah, or like a different fucking, it's like the open mouth or it's like some other like drawing type shit. It was always fire. So I'm definitely excited to see all that come back.
Yeah. I'm really interested to see what a heel Demon Balor looks like. Because that's gonna be
in the Hell in a Cell. We haven't seen him in this position really too much. So it's like to get that type of evil side of Finn probably in the Hell in a Cell. Edge's goal is going to be a willing participant in Hell in a Cell. He's probably going to be given a lot of giving Balor a lot of room to work and do a lot of damage. Again, as Lewis said, Hell in a Cell as a pay-per-view sucked. I never liked it. I always thought it was a waste of the cell. You're wasting this impactful match that should be like a cage match that should be the end of a feud, end of a rivalry, something going that's a deep feuded rivalry. This has been going on for what, 2 years now? To finally have some type of resolution to this, and
it's fitting. And it
fits, and we're just trying to figure out how it ends, right? So, like, I'm just like, Finn Balor is probably going to be a monster in that match. I don't think Edge needs the win here. In my opinion, I don't think he needs to win. So it's like this could be probably the win that the Judgment Day desperately needs going forward. But to put the Hell in the Cell there, it's like at Mania. I can't remember. Like, of course, we had the Hell in the Cell with Undertaker and Shane. We had the Hell with Triple H and Undertaker. I have the Hell in the Cell with Big Boss Man and Undertaker as well. So,
the credibility of the Hell in a Cell since probably like maybe 2009 has been severely damaged.
It's gone down.
It's like, it's supposed to be used to signal the end of a feud, not supposed to be used, just because it's October. Let's have Hell in a Cell. And the feud's probably only been going 2 weeks, so we're gonna take it to the
Like, you guys are going to Hell in a Cell. It's like, huh? Like we have had a couple Hell in a Cells that were good, like the Usos versus the New Day. We had Sasha and Bayley in the Hell in a Cell, Becky, I believe, and who else was in there? We had a couple good ones recently, but it's like in terms of the height and impact that it had, back in the day, it's like it's just not the same. Like I remember the Brock Lesnar Undertaker feud. The bike Brock Lesnar Undertaker had like 2003. How crazy that match was, right? Like, looking back at Hell in a Cell matches, it's like when you think about that, it's like that type of impact and that type of violence we haven't really seen from WWE in a long time. So it's like to get this type of matchup again, potentially going to be at WrestleMania where you need a big time match, something to basically really put it on like that. I think that's good. Let me see if I can get Lewis back in the meantime. But yeah, just the fact that this is Hell in a Cell, and it's like, this is one of a kind match at this is a one of a kind match at that time.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like that's the one. Like you're not going to get another like singles match. It's not going to be a regular singles match like that. You know what I mean? So it's like to get that impact of a Hell in a Cell match, that's going to be that meaningful, and probably I don't know if that's going. I don't think that's going to headline. I don't know if that's going to headline night one, night two. Well, night one, I don't know, but it's like that match definitely could go on last at night one to have that type of impact on me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely big enough to, definitely main event. But so right after that promo, I think it went into a tag team match with the Priest and Dominic against Johnny Gargano and Dexter Loomis. After everybody was brawling.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Lewis.
I don't know why I can't hear you guys.
Not this again. Technical difficulties. Hold on.
It's so weird.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna kick you and then invite you back.
Yeah, because we can definitely hear you.
What the hell?
You.
Yep.
You hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't know why my headphones aren't connecting. That's weird. All right, whatever.
Nicely done. But we had Dexter Loomis and Johnny Gargano versus the Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, I only brought that up to say Providence loves Johnny Gargano. Throughout the commercial break, they were chanting Johnny wrestling for a while. Yeah,
Providence is kind of a small market, right? So
we're
gonna give it up for the indie guys, right? So, Judgment Day actually won that match. Dexter Loomis taking the pin from South of Heaven from Damian Priest. So that was a good match. I thought it was good. Everybody got involved there. Everybody got some good work there. So I don't know. I guess Johnny Gargano and Dexter Loomis kind of just, I guess they get the rub from Edge, I guess, for coming out and stuff like that. But